watching NTV Tonight. Now, welcome to News Night with Andrew Mwenda, the CEO of the Independent magazine, and the old man of the clan. Andrew, I know yesterday we left it from FBC, but we know that we woke up to sad news, the death of Sheikh Hassan Kiria, who is the spokesperson of the Chivuli Mosque faction, Chivuli Muslim faction. They're shot in the same manner that John Kagezi was shot. And all over social media, if you've been following the events, some people are demanding that the police boss Kale Kaihura resigns because he has failed to protect this nation. First of all, before we go into the inside story, are we safe? If someone like Kiria, who was given a bodyguard, can be shot dead, how about we Ugandans, Andrew? Are we safe?
Well, first of all, Uganda is one of the safest countries to live in the world, I can tell you. And when you talk of social media, first of all, there is a large section of Ugandans on social media who act emotionally irresponsibly. I think that social media has created a serious pathology. While it has expanded the frontiers of free expression, it has created a serious pathology. Every little idiotic, empty-headed, angry young man goes and tweets or says anything. You see, the traditional media that we have at NTV here, let me tell you, Solomon, you cannot come here and make outrageous statements because you will be censored by the organization. This organization has a code of ethics and editorial guidelines that create a framework through which we can exercise responsible journalism so that we don't make outlandish, angry accusations like Kaihura should resign. This country, first of all, is very safe. Two, I was on social media on Sunday trying to explain to people, Kaihura issued an alert on Sunday saying that we have information that is likely to be a terrorist attack.
Are you trying to say that this is a possible terrorist attack?
Please first listen. That there had been an attack in Tunisia and in Kuwait. People, and they said there is a procession that is going to take place on Entebbe Road and we don't want it to happen. People went on social media, some of them very intelligent young friends of mine, arguing, one of them, Kwestabaru, that Kaihura is doing it for political reasons. Now I'm going to show you how you manage security. Let me even agree that Kaihura was trying to undermine Mbabazi's cause. I want to say that there is a 99% chance that Kaihura is acting at the behest of Museveni to undermine Mbabazi's cause. Let me tell you, even if that procession was stopped, Mbabazi has 1,000,001 opportunities in the next 10 months for him to conduct his campaign and his campaign rallies. If there is only 1% chance that that terrorist threat Kale is talking about is true, it is better to err on the side of caution. It is better to take cautionary measures. Now, we come to these people who are being killed. I don't think there is any country anywhere in the world that can ensure that there is not a single one of its citizens that is shot. That air insecurity does not exist anywhere. And I am suspicious that there may be wrangles in the Muslim community which are driving these killings. There could be inside jobs that, regardless of what the state can do, they may not be able to stop each and every single death.
And I think I agree with you because there's a list of people who are supposed to be killed and we're seeing one by one killed.
Who said
behind? There's a list that came out with
by who?
The names, and actually before he died...
Who issued this list?
Yes, before he died, Sheikh Kiria told NTV, gave us a list of people who are supposed to be killed, and one by one have been killed, and he was next in line, and he was also taken out. So who is behind
I would imagine that he has
behind these murders, and are Ugandans safe? Because we're all worried.
Then you should interview General Kale Kaihura and the other police officers who had given a guard to Sheikh Kiria, who have given him information. Now I'm giving that as your statement in journalism today as a journalist, Solomon, a young journalist. You are passionate. Go talk to chiefs of police. In fact, that is the failure of journalism in Uganda. By now we should know what leads the police has been covering. You know, now me, I'm a retired dinosaur
Andrew,
of journalism in Uganda.
Andrew, we are looking at a country, and if you fail to protect your own citizens, well, we cannot say, like you said, that every country is safe. But people being killed, and the prominent ones are the ones that come on the scene. There are other killings that happen every day. So we are questioning this country. If Kiria, who are the guard, is safe.
So could I ask you a question, a simple question? You know how you handle these matters? You would say, how many people get killed illegally by guns in Uganda in a year?
That was actually one of the things. That's actually what.
How many? I want to show you how many.
Well, statistics have them. I don't have them on the fingertips.
But I can tell you, the United States has, Uganda has about 12% of the U.S. population. So about 30,000 people get killed by guns in the United States. 30,000. So in Uganda, therefore, it should be something like, let's say, 3,500. Have you had 3,500 names? So I also caution you, don't create unnecessary alarm that people are being killed, we are not safe.
I don't think it's unnecessary
because
alarm.
in 3 years, only 4 sheikhs have been killed. That does not mean that people are not safe. Let me ask you.
How much more can we say this?
In fact, what we should discuss, and which I think could be something police should take serious interest in, is that in the last 3, 4, 5 months, there have been increased burglaries and robberies in Kampala. They have come to my neighborhood, broken into my compound, did not touch my house. I think because they know, listen, I have a lot of juju at my house. They left my compound, went and robbed 6 of my neighbors. In Kololo, they have robbed Patrick Mtature, Jim Huezi, Bob Cabonero, Magichi Gozi, every prominent person in Kololo, including one of my tenants on Mpala Avenue, some Muzungu man. They broke into my house and robbed him. So, if you ask me, to hold the police to account, and by the way, the residents of Kololo have met Kale Kaihura, the residents of Botavika, the housing estate where I stay, have met with Kale Kaihura, and the police have put in place measures to contain these increasing robberies and burglaries.
Let me put it to your attention. This killing was done at 10 p.m. In Bweyogere. 10 p.m. Bweyogere is still active. Someone comes on a border with a guy behind and shoots at Sheikh Kiria, kills him, wounds others, and manages to go and escape. Just in the neighborhood of police itself. I'm saying that, no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that the police should assure us that we are safe, Andrew. It is something to worry about.
Can I, as an old man, assure you that you're very safe?
Well, you just said I interview the police, so I don't think I can be comfortable with you saying that I'm safe when the police is not saying that. But I'm just saying, Andrew, such sins make us so worried as you guys.
Yes. I should tell you that the death of Kiria is certainly tragic, but I do not think that it is a reflection of a general rise in insecurity in Uganda. I think that you're exaggerating. By the way, let me tell you about Kali resigning. One, you know, during the Peloponnesian War, have you ever heard of the Peloponnesian War? It started in 431 BC, ended in 404 BC, between Sparta and Athens. It was 27 years it lasted. But over those 27 years, Athens was governed by a democratic assembly. So after the death of Pericles in 429, the democratic assembly would send generals to the battlefield. Whichever general lost the battle, they would fire him. They kept firing general. Actually, they would hang them. Always be afraid of mob rule disguised as a democracy. So they kept hanging and hanging every general until Athens, which was a richer part of the Hellenistic region, lost all its generals and finally was defeated by a much poorer Sparta. So if you allow public emotions on the streets to guide how chiefs of police will work, I can tell you, whenever I want the chief of police to be fired, I just go and kill a person in the street, and the next day the chief of police is out. Before we know it, there will be no one to be IGP.
I didn't really say that, that someone should be fired, but I just thought that Ugandans out there needed some information.
Personally, I think that Ugandans are very safe. I drive at night. I don't have an escort. I move all around this wide city of ours and have not even had somebody throw a stone at me. Don't you move at night, first of all?
I do move at night. And
all the Ugandans who are going to Angenois, to, I'm told there's a club now called Governor, there is Silk. Has anyone been attacked?
Andrew, it's needless to say that this country has achieved tremendously security, but such things leave many Ugandans scared and worried. Andrew Mwenda,
no, they leave men on social media